joining us on today on Blaze Radio Sports. Jaden Rickett alongside Dimitri Kurlig on the call for you today for the beginning of the Thanksgiving MTE Classic here at Desert Financial Arena. The first matchup today is between the ASU Sun Devils, still undefeated 6-0. They'll be hosting the Little Rock Trojans, who sit at 1-3. And Dimitri, this will be Game 7 under Molly Miller. And for the Sun Devils, they're going to look to continue that undefeated streak.
Yeah, and first time since 1991 to 1992 that Arizona State is 6-0 to begin the season, which might be kind of surprising here because Sun Devils had a pretty good run with women's basketball between the 2000s and the 2010s. It's actually the second time ever these two teams were meeting. The last time they met, first time they met, 2015 sweet second round of the NCAA tournament. Arizona State won that game 57-54. See how this game goes here today.
Some key players that we'll be hearing a lot of today from Little Rock. Number 3, Brenna Burke. Number 5, Jordan Holman. Number 8, Taylor Cox, for just some of the top 3 players. For the Sun Devils, you're going to be hearing a lot of Marley Washinitz, last year Poa, and McKenna Brackens. McKenna Brackens put on a show last weekend against her previous team, against UNLV. And then obviously Washinitz hits the crazy game winner that's been circulating all around social media. But for the Sun Devils, they found themselves in some closer situations near the end of the fourth quarter. They've been able to keep that streak alive, but some of these games have definitely been a lot closer than they needed to be.
Yeah, that first game of the season against Coppin State's one, where first 2 quarters didn't play too well, but they were able to pull away at the end here. And yeah, we saw that game against UNLV. It was pretty fitting against the Vegas team to get a once-in-a-lifetime shot like that.
And so tip-off begins. The Sun Devils get it working to the left. The Trojans working to the right. We appreciate you tuning in today on Blaze Radio Sports. Out past the 3. Brackens has it. She'll pass it off. Washinitz goes down the paint, kicks it out to Poa for 3. She bounces it out. A miss to start, rebounded by Aliana Payne for the Trojans. She'll take it up the left side. Finds her way to the top of the 3. As we get a whistle, little ball rolled onto the court. And the Trojans will have to pass it in.
Yeah, remember on Tuesday last year, Poa, she had looked like what's somewhat like an ankle or knee injury. Had a little trouble putting weight on that leg, but she was able to come back in the second half.
Trojans inbound it. Back at the logo, Brenna Burke working around. She'll pass it now to the near corner. Holman throws one up, goes far. Rebounded by the Sun Devils, and now they'll push it in transition. Gabby Elliott passes it out inside the lane. Now outside the 3, McKenna Brackens has it. Brackens will dump off to Poa, who works to the far side. ASU working outside the 3 as always. Now left side of the lane. Elliott left-hand finish, no good. Rebounded, and the putback falls in on the second try from Pereira. 2-0 as the Sun Devils get on the board for the first time tonight. 8:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Trojans have it back on the right side of the court. Moving around outside. Holman does a quick pass over to Salgado. Salgado now to the far corner, passes, and it finds its way back to Payne. She'll work the left side, tipped out. Trojans hold on, 3 on the shot clock. They try to throw one up, and they draw the foul.
Yeah, good sort of offense there here. We saw on Tuesday, Arizona State did play a good defensive game here. Obviously, some shot selections by their opponent on Tuesday. Maybe not the best, but still, ASU so far low scoring, hasn't allowed too many points around against teams this season.
Blessing Teamer at the line for the Trojans. This is the first, the 5'10 junior out of Dallas, Texas. Still a 2-0 game. 8:29 left in the first. Teamer's second. Ricochets out. Trojans still scoreless as the Sun Devils have it, working down the far side. Washinitz handoff, now spinning. Poa loses control, and that's a takeaway for the Trojans. Payne on the far side. Came out with the steal, dribbles down, gives it back to Teamer. Now the Trojans go in. Holman spinning, turn away, bounces it off the glass. 2-2 with 8:05 left here in the first. And the Sun Devils will have to respond. Back around. Gabby Elliott has it, works off a screen, nowhere to go. Tries to pass it across to Poa. Poa bounce pass inside to Carrera, back out. The two go to work. Inside Carrera, left off the backboard. The Sun Devils continue to use their offense outside, and they try and work it in when the shot clock gets low. Sometimes they throw one up there that wasn't the most clean shot. Now the Trojans have it. Brenna Burke passes inside to Salgado. Salgado falls, and a whistle will get blown as she gets taken down right beneath the cup.
It's going to be Arizona State ball here.
Salgado will get charged with the foul. That'll be the first team foul for the Trojans today. She's the 6'2" sophomore. Attended North Stafford High School and Iona College last year, where she started 8 games as a true freshman. Back to the left side of the court. Knotted up at 2. Sun Devils trying to retake the lead. Gabby Elliott loses control. Brackens is able to scoop it up. She'll go in, short corner, pass out to Carrera at the free throw line. That one bounces off the front side of the iron. Rebounded by Holman. Another missed opportunity. Little Rock works it down. Trying to set up a screen here. Take an outside shot back at the top. Brenna Burke to the near corner, passes it. Works its way back to Payne, and a travel is called.
Yeah, and a little slow start offensively here for Arizona State. And we saw that on Tuesday against Utah Tech. It really didn't take till the end of the first half for them to finally find a groove offensively here. So we'll see if the Sun Devils can find one sooner here today.
ASU will get the ball back. They'll move it down. Washington has it outside. Last here, Poa tries to throw it inside for Carrera, and miscommunication as she had her back turned to the ball, and that one gets turned over into the hands of Teamer. The Trojans with the momentum. 6:20 left in the first. Ball still outside. Passing around. Brackens trying to play defense, and another whistle as the Sun Devils have had quite a few troubles inside the paint already on defense.
Yeah, and I think defensively, a couple fouls here. Offensively, they've had a couple turnovers here as well. A bit of a sloppy start here. We'll see if they can clean things up.
Unless I change my mind.
Salgado goes to the foul line. We'll see the first subs for ASU as Jaya Lovett jogs her way onto the court. Salgado was a McDonald's All-American nominee in high school. Her first bounces out, and still at 2. It's been a slow start for both of these teams, and certainly the amount of whistles that has occurred in the opening minutes hasn't aided in that effort of speeding it up. The second is good, and the Trojans take a 3-2 lead, their first of the day on this Black Friday at the end of November. We appreciate you all tuning in to Blaze Radio Sports. The Sun Devils on the attack. Missed pass intended for Lovett goes to the sideline, and another costly turnover for ASU.
Yeah, we've seen that throughout today here. Just got to clean up on that.
The Sun Devils playing defense all the way as Brenna Burke takes it up the court. Was guarded by Williams. Now down low, Trojans throw one up, bouncing, rebounded by the Sun Devils. Lovett ends up with it, now working the left side. Outside the 3, back to Brackens. Brackens fakes it, gives it to Washington instead over on the near side. Going in at the Big 12 logo, kick out to Lovett, near corner, working the baseline. Williams tried to get it out on the ground and was trying to get it to Carrera. A little bit of a pile on the floor as a jump ball will get called, and that goes the Trojans' way. So the Sun Devils just so many issues when they're trying to get inside the paint and get up some shots right now. It's been a very weak start for them in game number 7 under Molly Miller. 3-2, Trojans lead, 5:30 in the first. And now the Trojans pushing it quick in transition. Mayakoto took it up the court, full speed ahead. Now she stops and gives it to Payne. Payne outside the 3, guarded by Lovett. Payne, chest pass over to the right side. Now Ashley Lester has it. She'll bounce it back to Holman, who's at the top. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Koto working around, 3 ticks left, right side of the lane. Right hand finish, won't go, but she will get a foul.
Yeah, it's on. As we put that shot up on Washnitz there. Take a look at the replay. Just kind of got up in her face there. I mean, maybe not too much contact, but enough for a foul to be called.
The third appearance at the foul line for the Trojans. She makes her first. Maya Cotto, a 5'7" junior from Denver, Colorado, goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point lead for the Trojans now. ASU back to the left, trying to string together a drive into a score. Williams dribbles around the outside, doesn't get a good look, gives it back to Brackens. Brackens tries to set a screen for Lovett. That one gets taken away on the ground. Jordan Holman falls on it. She tries to throw it up, and Lovett fights back. Ball will get tipped out, though, as Lovett could not hold on.
Very interesting sequence of events here. 2 turnovers in a row.
It has been a struggle for ASU in the opening minutes, to say the least, as we get a timeout with 4:44 left in the first quarter. The Trojans lead the Sun Devils 5-2. Stay tuned after these messages.
Welcome to 12 Stories Up, hosted by Luke Lendler, Joaquin Rodriguez, and Dominic Pasella, where we discuss the 12 hottest stories in the world of sports.
Only one guy in the league has a chance to be the GOAT, Wimby. Wimby is on GOAT trajectory. There's nobody else close.
Nobody throws a better ball than Joe Burrow in the league. He literally throws the best ball in the league.
Even if you don't got a top 5, he's still got to be top 7.
Dom, you were on JV and could go in that offense and throw for the same amount of yards.
So come 12 Stories Up with us every Friday from 11 a.m. to noon on Blaze Radio.
Have you ever wondered why it seems like your team can just never figure out their fundamentals?
There's the big gaffe that has plagued Zach Wilson.
Are you a sicko who wants to know how your team blew the lead this time?
End zone ahead! Touchdown Seattle! Maybe it just feels like you're watching the same game every week.
If this applies to you, then tune in to Roll the Tape.
Every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Blaze Radio with Will Anderson, Avery Getchie, and Jack Kemmel.
Because it just feels better when you know what you're watching the next time your team is losing.
And now, the flop is near, and so we face the final season of Flop Star here on Blaze Radio, on BlazeRadioOnline.com. Tune in on Mondays at 2 p.m. Arizona time here on Blaze Radio, on BlazeRadioOnline.com to get your fix on sports, media, and all other kinds of complaining. Only here on Flopstar.
It's a calm, rainy day. You're stuck inside the house with nothing to do.
Except tune in to Blaze Radio.
Where you can listen to songs like this. As well as this. And of course, we couldn't forget. So turn up the volume and tune into Hot FM with your host, Pedro, on BlazeRadioOnline.com, Mondays at noon. Or you could just relax, I guess.
Coming out of the timeout, Little Rock Trojans lead early 5-2 against the ASU Sun Devils, and not the start that Molly Miller and her crew were looking for. This was expected to be a stronger game for the Sun Devils, one that they should be leading early. It's the first of their 2 matchups during the Thanksgiving MTE. Tomorrow they take on Southeast Mo State at 6:30 p.m., so they get a little bit of rest, but 2 days of back-to-back basketball and 2 days of high expectations for the team. Dimitri, this early into the game, what does ASU have to try and kind of correct in the opening few minutes left in the first quarter to get back on top?
Just clean up some of the mistakes here. You know, they've had a lot of offensive turnovers here. And like I said earlier, they had a bit of a slow start against Utah Tech on Tuesday. They were able to clean it up afterward here. So, and yeah, you know, to terminate it here, you know, back-to-back days here. We saw the men's basketball team play in the Maui tournament. Obviously, the third day, I think things got tiring. But, you know, first day of the tournament here, and, you know, a lot of time left to clean things up.
Trojans inbounded to Payne. Payne will pick up their dribble. Passes quickly to Holman on the right side. Holman dribbling around. Slower offense for the Trojans, and they nearly turn it over. Ball bouncing out of bounds. They keep it in. No, a foot was out over on the far corner, so the ball was bumbled around, and ASU will get a chance. They get to experience the other side of the turnover game, which is been a very weak part of this opening for them. They have not been able to convert offensive possessions into points, turning it over, and not even getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Ball outside of 3 for Carrera. And the bright neon orange kicks. She'll pass it to Lovett, and Lovett will hand it right back. Washington's outside. Tries to get a screen, dribbles into the free throw line, pass back out to Williams. Williams will go to the baseline, short corner shot from the far is good.
That's the shot Arizona State needed badly here. It hadn't made a shot since the first few minutes of the game here, so confident shot there. See if it gives them some momentum.
Sun Devils try and trap the ball at the corner. They leave open a wide open Trojan. Kodo down low will get it out, and now the Trojans will try and capitalize on the mismatches as they brought it down with intensity. 5-4 inside shot, bounces off the front. That miss coming from Pearson McVeigh. Washington gets a push from Ashley Lester. That will be called a foul. Lester from Athens, Georgia. She's only had 7 points on the season so far. One of the early bench rotations for the Little Rock Trojans as they try and start building their team chemistry. They're only 4 games in. ASU has 6, so just a slight advantage on time on the court in this 25-26 season. Williams works the right side of the lane, step back shot, a little short. Still trailing by 1 with 3 minutes left. Out of control in the corner, tries to pump on the brakes, Holman kicks it out. Payne slowly pounds the rock at the 3, waiting for something to happen. Finds Holman, who pulls up and bouncing. That one will roll off the top of the backboard. A very high shot for Holman there, and the three-point has been something that neither team has really been able to get going at all so far this game, although ASU hasn't really tried.
Yeah, it hasn't. No, I mean, haven't really seen those opportunities. All their work has come inside the paint here.
Back to the left. Brackens throws, gets big, finishes with the right. Knocks down a Trojan on her way to the basket. No charge called, and ASU's back in the lead 6-5. Pressure all the way down from Lovett as Payne's able to get it past the midcourt line. Trouble in the paint. ASU going for the steal. Washington comes out on top. Now Lovett on the break. Going 1-on-2. Finishes.
A great steal there by Washington. Kind of wrestled the ball there. Able to get that one out here and Lovett with the finishing layup.
A 3-point lead for ASU as they are able to make the conversion on the fast break. Pressure all the way back at the logo for the Trojans. They're going to pass it around. Nobody inside the paint, trying to set up a drive. Kicks it out. Lester for 3 off to the left, rebounded by Washington. She'll have to fight for it. And now she'll take it down. Working all the way, screen from Carrera, and she uses it to her for the layup.
And Washington, she had a bit of an off day on Tuesday after that game-winning shot on Saturday here, and obviously she's crucial player, transfer from Pitt. Gets another takeaway here.
She'll go straight down Main Street, bounce pass Lovett, left side miss, trying to fight for the board. Trojans have it, a little out of control that time and just not enough on the touch. Coleman takes it down slowly and Brackens just punches that one out. Will force a pass in for the Trojans. Carrera, the 6'2" sophomore out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Attended Ole Miss and IMG Academy High School before making her way over here to Tempe. Coming into this game, she had 61 points. She was averaging 54.7% from the field goal range. Has been a solid player and an addition to the roster this season. Under a minute now here in quarter number 1, a 5-point lead for ASU as they try and run a trap. Breaking through, swift moves, and a great finish. Jordan Holman navigates through traffic.
A great job there, facing that double team there. Doesn't force that one up there, finds a little hole, and is able to get that layup.
The Sun Devils have about an 11-second difference on the return. That one draws a foul as Brackens tried the mid-range shot from just in front of the free throw line, and now ASU will get their first appearance at the line.
Yeah, we've seen it quite a few times here. It's on Little Rock, but I believe this is the first time this is a shooting foul.
Brackens has 2 points so far. She'll aim for her third, won't get it on the first. And it's been 2 points for pretty much everybody across ASU's board. Williams has 2. Lovett has 2. Washenitz, Guerrera. Very spread out offense. Brackens goes 0 for 2 at the line, and that trend will continue for the time being. Shot clock dark, 23 seconds left in the first. Trouble at half court. Trojans able to keep it alive. Now Burke over on the near side where Washenitz hit her game winner. Burke retreats at the logo. 11 ticks left. Trying to set up the ISO. Burke dribbles to the left, guarded by Washenitz. Burke gets a screen, picked up by Lovett. Trouble, 2 seconds, tick down the left side of the lane. Trojans finish! And they will get one last score up before the end of the first. 10-9, ASU maintains a 1-point lead over the Little Rock Trojans here at Desert Financial Arena in the opening game of the Thanksgiving Multi-Team Event Classic. Jaden Ricken alongside Dimitri Kurlik on the call for you today on Blaze Sports. And Dimitri, let's just kind of summarize this first quarter and what was not the strongest performance for ASU, but they were able to turn it around enough to get the lead.
Yeah, and I think defense, they were kind of forcing the trouble there. You know, they got some turnovers there, kind of more pressing on Little Rock there, kind of a couple of fast break opportunities that they also converted there as well here. So bit of a slow start. They had a lot of turnovers in the first few minutes of the game here and just couldn't really connect on any shots in the paint. And they've just pretty much still been taking shots in the paint. We haven't really seen them shoot three. I don't believe they've attempted a 3 so far in the first quarter here. So we'll see if Molly Miller will maybe drop something new here for the second quarter.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages for the second quarter live from Desert Financial Arena.
1 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
Do you know what the National Association of Black Journalists is?
No, I don't think so.
Well, do you know we have a podcast?
I think I might have heard of it.
Well, my name is Seymour Clark.
And I'm Takel Woods.
And we are your hosts of the Black Parent Podcast,
where we talk about college, community, and culture.
You can find us weekly on Spotify or live every Friday at 3 on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Make sure to tune in. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Here we go, guys and gals. And boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, drivers.
Race to BlazeRadioOnline.com every Thursday at noon for an hour of motorsports madness.
Join myself, Andrew Hazlett, and my co-host Ethan Ignatowski for the Loose Wheel Show. We'll tell you everything you need to know for the upcoming race week.
From news to predictions, we have you covered, so make sure to tune in.
Adventurer, quickly, I don't have much time. I have a quest for you. You must travel to BlazeRadioOnline.com to listen to the stories on Traveler's Guide to Faerun. Find the dutiful guide, Anion Fack McDaniels, who can tell you all about the legendary lore of the world behind Dungeons & Dragons every single week. Remember, Adventurer, Traveler's Guide to Faerun, Monday nights at 7, only on Blaze Radio. Adventure awaits.
back to the second quarter here for the Thanksgiving MTE. ASU hosting Little Rock, leading 10-9 at the beginning of the second quarter. Last Poa works with the lane, little pass, and the finish from Pereira.
Yeah, a little pass there, kind of looked like shot there. I don't know, like it was like a weak shot, but regardless, a basket there by Nelson. Sorry, not Nelson. Michaela Moore.
Wide open three from Burke is off to the left side on the back of the rim. Maya Williams has it on the return. Sun Devils still working to the left. Trojans to the right. Ball outside past the three. We get some contact between Brackens.
So that was Maya Kona.
That foul will go against Last Poa. Sun Devils still have it, so I think there was some miscommunication between the PA announcer. Williams, stop, pop, and shot, throws it up, and a strong start for the Sun Devils as they go back-to-back on offensive possessions. Only 1 minute into the second, 14-9. Trojans have it outside. Payne looks, has tough defense here from Williams. Williams fights for the steal. Payne comes out on top, works, finds an open girl. That shot is good. Missed. It was open, just not enough. Destiny Salgado couldn't get the finish. Now Washington's on the return. Kicks it out to Poa. Poa finds Brackens. Brackens spinning back to the board, tries to retreat. Far corner, Washington's on the slide, drills it! The first three-point shot taken by the Sun Devils, and they execute. 17-9, the largest lead ASU has held so far. Trojans trying to respond quickly. Molly Miller getting vocal with the defense. Ball out. Salgado has it, spins into traffic. Carrera throws the hands up, and she will get called for a travel. Solid work from Molly Miller, executing her defensive game plan. Undefeated with the Sun Devils so far, and after this weekend of play, we'll try and look at an 8-0 record, currently 6-0, and obviously her excellent 32-3 record with GCU last season, where they went on a 30-game winning streak. Sun Devil fans hopeful she can bring that same success here to Tempe. Washington's from three again. Gets the foul, won't get the shot.
Yeah, a couple of threes now. We didn't see any threes at all in the first quarter by ASU here. Now, within the last minute, we've seen two by Lone here. And that's kind of good because I felt the Sun Devils were kind of one-dimensional with their shots in the first half here. So nice to see now they're kind of expanding on that.
They certainly needed to step it up on offense. They were very hesitant to shoot it. We didn't see a single three-point attempt. There were very few inside. And now that they've been aggressive, they've taken their largest lead as she makes her first. ASU starting to find their rhythm, finally, behind Washington's. She's pursuing her master's in criminology, said to be one of the toughest players on the team, and certainly shows that with her grit.
She made one of the toughest shots you'll ever see about 6 days ago.
Washington's gets another. She's up to 7 points, leading the Sun Devils so far, as the team leads over the Trojans 19-9. 7:50 left in the first half. Quick pass down court. Trojans set up the offense. Payne looking, trying to get some cuts. Left pass side. Holman pulls up for three, comes up short. Rebounded by Washington's. And the Trojans struggling to get offensive rebounds, similar to the Sun Devils in the first half. Williams on the break, finishes on the left side.
And this is kind of what we expected from Arizona State. This is, I believe, an 11-0 run here right now, and it's just kind of doing what they want with the Trojans.
The Trojans have not been quick to get back on defense, as ASU has been moving with quite a fast pace right now. They're able to capitalize on that. Ball down low inside the paint, going to work. That one gets stuck and then falls off the rim and the backboard. It'll tumble outside. The teamer was chasing it down on the near side, and she was the last one to touch it. So ASU will get it back and look to extend their run.
I'm not sure if Teamer was trying to draw a foul there, but regardless of turnover.
Straight through the middle of the court, Poa goes, picks up at the three. Now inside, Poa going to work from mid-range. McKenna Brackens gets another good shot there. 23-9, 6:40 left, and McKenna Brackens shows her dominance once again. Her and Washenitz putting on a solid performance here in the second quarter. Over on the far Sparky logo, the Trojans have it. Working around, Teamer loses control, will get a foul on the ground.
I'm gonna call that on Poa, I think. Yep.
First team foul here in the second. First personal for Poa. Poa attended LSU before making her way over here and was a part of that LSU team when they won the national champ in 2023.
She's played against Caitlin Clark before.
She brings a load of experience and knowledge to the Sun Devils roster. Deep shot, no good. Fighting for the board, and ASU gets another. Washenitz down court, one-on-one. Payne trying to guard her. Washenitz getting big, working down low, bounces it off the square. And when you think of somebody trying to use their size to their advantage, you don't often think of a 5'7" Washenitz, but she uses it there.
Yeah, she uses that body there a lot here, and we've seen that throughout the season.
Big shot down low to Poa. She's able to get up, but not before the Trojans respond with the three. Holman hammers it home, 25-12. Still a 13-point lead. ASU wanted a charge or any sort of foul called on that previous possession. They didn't get one. Now they'll respond, working on offense. Brackens tries to throw one up. Throws the arms as well, and no whistle on back-to-back plays. So the Trojans respond very well defensively, pushing it back to the right. Payne, left side of the lane, tries to bounce one up, and there comes the whistle.
Yeah, and I think throughout the game, I don't think Little Rock is having bad offensive possessions here. They're moving the ball pretty well within the offensive zone, and they've had some good shot selections. It's just for the most part, they've just been unable to convert them.
This is the second season under head coach Steve Weidower for the Trojans. They were 14-6 overall last season, and they're trying to make that return to prominence. You talked about it before the game, how this is the first time these two teams have faced off since the NCAA tournament back in 2015. Little Rock fell to the Sun Devils at the free throw line as Payne. She'll miss her first. And for Little Rock, they were picked 7th overall in the Ohio Valley Conference preseason poll. They're a team that a lot of people are kind of counting out. So they're the underdogs certainly today, and this is a great tournament for them to try and build that exposure. The second's no good, but the ball will remain down on ASU's side of the court as the Trojans will look to throw it in with 5:10 left in the second. High pass tipped. We're able to hold on to it as Teamer's able to scoot over and pick it up. We'll get a push over at the free throw line, and another one called against the Sun Devils as Holman goes down.
There's another foul on Poa.
The third team foul, and these have come somewhat quickly here for the Sun Devils. In quick succession, I guess, is more accurate.
Yeah,
Payne looking to inbound. Carrera in her face, getting tall, throws it deep. Ball is out again, and Teamer has to put in the extra effort to hold on. Now at the helm, Payne throws cross court, back outside. Quick now, Trojans looking to find an open shot. Teamer out for three, tries to jab, shot clock expires. ASU will get it off the shot clock violation as we get a timeout from Coach Steve Weidower, and 4:45 into the second. ASU's turned it around, now up by 13, 25-12, and for Little Rock, it's just been the small things. They're actually getting a lot of whistles going their way, but they're similar to how ASU was in the first. They're not able to score off of those whistles, just like ASU wasn't able to score off of offensive possessions.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, I think Little Rock, they're kind of creating more offensive shots. It's just they're not converting them here. I think in the first quarter, Arizona State, they just really could not create any good shots offensively. So, but obviously here in the second quarter, the Sun Devils have been using the fast break, able to go down the court more and playing some good defense here. They went on a 15-0 run before Little Rock scored.
You're listening to Blaze Sports live here on Blaze Radio Online. Stay tuned after a message from some of our lovely members on this radio station.
You know, Timber, I'm glad we're both on the same page. We love fangirling.
Me too, Jazz. That's why we made a whole show about it.
The Fangirl Forum is back and better than ever.
Join us every Sunday at 1 p.m. on Blaze Radio to hear the rundown on all our favorite shows, movies, books, and more.
Tune in at blazeradioonline.com. Channel your inner fangirl.
Folks up, Sun Devils. Join me, Chris Town, as I scour the entirety of ASU to find the heroes who do it all. The unsung who brave the challenges to make our university at the top. Let's bring the spotlight to those who do the most and see how they do it all. Join me for the Unsung Heroes of ASU, live every Thursday at 3 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Explained.
Catch us on blazeradioonline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album from artists like Pink Campers, Fleetwood Mac, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and Drew.
Or Bella's thumb issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta!
Back here live in Tempe. It's a great day for ASU athletics all around. Women's basketball, hockey after this, and then everybody's favorite rivalry matchup. Later, it's a 25-12 win for ASU with 4:35 remaining in the second quarter. In the opening game of the Thanksgiving Classic, Katie Ricken, Dimitri Kolik, providing you your coverage of today's matchup. ASU coming out of the timeout, got the ball off a shot clock violation. Lovett works it down to the left, goes to the baseline, drives out of control, and will go out of bounds. There'll be a whistle, and a foul will be called against the Trojans down low. That one goes against Blessing Tamer. That's her first personal foul, as the Trojans match ASU now with 3 team fouls in the second. Williams will inbound, not before another whistle is called. This time, the foul against ASU. Lovett picks up her first. Now the full court press for the Sun Devils as the Trojans work it back to the right. Ball tipped up, trying to get it. ASU fighting, trying not to go backcourt. Williams stops. And we have an injury over here on the near corner. There was a lot of pandemonium, and now Carrera hugging the knee. Molly Miller walking over as the team huddles around and tries to make sure that everything is all right. Carrera's put on a pretty good performance so far, although the points don't necessarily show for her. She's had 4 and 3 rebounds. Her presence has been felt as the rest of the Sun Devils will return to a huddle over on their bench. Miller helps Carrera to her feet. A little bit of a wobble in her step, but able to walk. She'll get help from some of the trainers, but she's able to walk, which is always a great sign. And injuries haven't been a super major part of ASU's story this season. Lester Poa was dealing with a hand injury near the beginning of the season, but still early on could be costly as Carrera is unable to return for future games. In her place, we'll see Deborah Davenport step in, the 6'2 junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Said if she could meet anyone, she'd want to meet Kobe Bryant. Just one of her heroes that she wishes that, she had the opportunity to meet. Before his passing, as ASU will get the ball still. Deep 3 shot taken, bouncing out. Fighting for the rebound, and no. That one shot from Michaela Moore over on the far side. She'll be stepping into the game for her on this Black Friday morning. If you're listening to us while you're shopping or you plan to go out today, make sure that you are being safe. Still getting those deals, although Black Friday, Dimitri, certainly not as competitive. As
I feel like 10, 15 years ago, you had those lines coming out. Online shopping obviously exists now, but
absolutely. Trojans have it working to the right, falling and had to pick up her dribble. It's Payne who's stuck at the logo. Burke will come for the saves. Now she'll take a deep shot with 1 on the clock. Won't go. Rebounded by Fantini, and ASU getting some different looks now with a 13-point lead as they try and get a lot of the second-team players in, following Carrera down on the ground. Another 3 shot here for more. This one, toilet bowls out, rebounded by Davenport, who swooped in. Williams will reset and takes charge at half court. Tries to work off a screen from Fantini, drives left side of the lane, draws the and one.
Oof. Good offensive possession there. Got the little offensive rebound here, and it's obviously still late in the second quarter, but it does feel like Arizona State, after a slow start, finally starting to find their groove here. And saw them finish strong before the half against Utah Tech on Tuesday, and see if they can continue it again.
Amaya Williams has 8 points so far, now at the line. Potential for her 9th. Bouncing. Falls in. Took a second to get there, but she'll move up to 9. The freshman out of Mission Viejo, California. 35 points on the season. A quick steal as the Trojans try to take it left side. Teamwork play. Fantini gets the finish as ASU had the excellent court vision, and now they're keeping it up with the full court press. Go back off slightly. Holman at the pitchfork, guarded by Davenport. Davenport shadows as the pass gets pushed over to the far side of the court. Interior spinning. ASU gets another steal. The defensive pressure at a maximum over in the far corner. Moore has it. She'll pass back. Finds its way inside to Fantini. Fantini to Williams. Williams for 3. Drills it! ASU has gone nuclear in the past few minutes as it's 33-12 with 2:30 left in the second quarter. Trojans haven't had that spark in the past couple of minutes, and they will try to get something going before the end. And another steal. ASU read it like a book. A foul will be called as there was heavy pressure from Moore as she got tripped up when she was getting the steal. And that one will go against Motto for the Trojans. But man, Dimitri, this pressure has just been smothering for the Trojans. It feels like ASU has just been able to pinpoint where the passes are going every time and make a play for the ball.
And that's the thing about the full court press here. If it really works here, it gives the offensive team a lot of trouble when they're inbounding it, and seems to definitely be having a big effect on Little Rock.
ASU has it again, orbiting the 3. Now Williams uses a screen, throws it inside on the pick and roll. That one is turned over. They're going to try and fight for it, and then they'll back off eventually. Jahara Daniels for the Trojans taking it up the court. Only had 6 points coming into today's matchup. Bounce pass down low. Will get tipped out as McKenna Brackens will sub into the game in place of Fantini. And the Trojans will have it to the right of the basket over in the near corner. That one stolen immediately, thrown straight into the hands of Davenport. And just a bad read. Now Moore has it on the near corner. 4 out, 1 in for the Sun Devils. Davenport trying to get big. Pass was intended for her as it skims its way out. And that will be Trojans ball.
Found a stat here. Little Rock has 14 turnovers in the first half of this game. Just not a very clean out. And for both teams, Arizona State just picked up their 8th one, but still, it's very mistake-riddled first half.
Trojans going back down quickly. Near corner shot, bounces. No good from Salgado. It's a scramble for the ball now on the opposite corner. We'll get whistles, and it'll be a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession Trojans.
Trojans will maintain possession. As we get another substitution, Blessing Teamer jogs it in for Maya Cotto. The last game for Little Rock was against Arkansas on last Thursday, just over a week ago. It was a 96-57 loss for the Trojans. They were outscored in every quarter, outscored by 15 points in the first and the second. And we're starting to see some similar trends to that in this game as ASU pulls ahead slow but steadily here in the second. Coach Whitehour said the biggest thing for them is they just have to win the fourth quarter. That's when the team can try and come alive. But obviously the goal is still to play a strong full 4 quarters as the inbound is tipped and goes out. Trojans were the last one to touch it. ASU will now get a chance, and Brock didn't even get an attempt to run a play there.
Yeah, and just this entire second quarter has just been absolute domination by the Sun Devils. They've outscored Little Rock 23-3.
Williams shadowed by Teamer. He'll pass it out on the far. Still dribbling around. Williams gets it again from step back, mid-range, far. That one bounces off the left. A rare missed shot, as Williams has been pretty accurate today. Daniels picks up her dribble, has to pass it. 45 left here in the first half, 15 on the shot clock. Daniels gets it again. The one in charge. Pass is tipped, that one goes out. ASU was the last one to touch it. Trojans will get it again. Now, another chance to actually try and inbound the ball and execute a play. 33-12. Sun Devils lead. Looking, getting it in quickly to Daniels. Daniels trying to run, falls to the ground. And a push will be called.
This will be a foul on Arizona State, I believe.
It'll be the 15th foul here in the second.
I believe both teams are in the bonus now as well. Yep.
Jahar Daniels at the line. Scoreless today. She gets her 7th point now on the season as the free throw is nothing but net. Cuts it down to a 20-point lead for the Sun Devils. Second one bounces to the left off the back and falls down as there's a whistle. Daniels will get another. Lane violation was called. ASU trying to get loud. Not a crazy amount of fans here today. She gets that one to go. The morning after Thanksgiving, and certainly some people getting their rest knowing that they'll be able to watch ASU play again tomorrow night at 6:30.
Yeah, well, much less marching band here, but they got Battle of the Bands at 1 o'clock with U of A's marching band.
It's
so
the alumni band today here for the Sun Devils at DFA. Coming back and seeing if they've still got it. Williams squares up against Daniels. Daniels all in her face at the logo. Dribble to the left. Bounce pass to Moore. Moore works out to Carrera, who makes her return. Carrera trying to get the pick and roll. Will get a whistle before she even gets an attempt.
be a foul. They get 2 at their line here with the Sun Devils in the bonus.
Lydia Belmont Hurtado gets her first, the freshman from Barcelona, Spain for the Trojans. She's had 21 points on the season and has been shooting pretty accurately, 80% from the field goal range and 3 for 3 from the three-point in her limited time on the court so far. Off the front, short for Brackens on the free throw. Brackens gets ready now for the second. Started all 34 games last season. This one also bounces out. Trojans get it on the return. Daniels on the far side. 1 second left. Throws up a heave. That one no good. So the final score heading into halftime is 33-14. Sun Devils lead over the Trojans in this Thanksgiving MTE matchup. The first of the classic. Jaden Rick and Dimitri Kurlik here on Blaze Sports. We appreciate you tuning in on this Black Friday morning. And it was a slow start for ASU, to say the least. They were able to turn it around in the second, and then once they got that lead in the second, they really didn't give it up. They were consistent on defense. They were scoring on offense, And there was a major run in there behind the hot shooting of ASU. So, Dimitri, first half thoughts, was this a positive overall for ASU, or was there still room to improve on some things in their game?
I thought it was pretty positive overall. Obviously a very slow start. We saw a lot of turnovers there in the first half, but especially when the second quarter began, that's when Arizona State went full throttle there. They outscored the Trojans 23-5 in the second half right now. And you look at the stats, they're doing great. They're shooting 56% from the field, 40% from three and all that. They've forced 16 turnovers, But turnovers are still a problem. 10 turnovers, you don't want that in the first half. So they cleaned it up a lot better after the first few minutes of the first quarter. It still was a little bit of an issue, but regardless, Molly Miller cleaned things up well here. And this is the Sun Devils team I think that we were going to see heading into the season. There was a reason why this team got a lot of expectations. They have a lot of new experience on the team. I know it's almost essentially a new team, kind of compared to the men's basketball team, but the women's has a lot more experience here. And even if it's only through non-conference play, I think there's a lot of things you'd like to see for Arizona State throughout the first 7 games of the season.
And one of the biggest things to me is just being more aggressive on offense. They are very hesitant when it comes to shooting the ball, especially from outside the three. The big problem with that is their offense is primarily ran from outside the three on dribble handoffs. When they get these clean looks, they're not always ready to pull up and shoot it. I think that's something that the team needs to be a little bit more prepared to do. Still, they lead 33-14 as we step away for halftime. And here's some amazing messages from some of the wonderful programs that you can find on Blaze Radio. We'll be back in the second half.
Champions have been trying to answer the age-old question, what to do on Sunday mornings, and what would be the best companion to NFL football in the fall. Until now, returning to Blaze Radio at 10 a.m. every Sunday, hosted by Jack Footer, a.k.a. Jay Fu, it's the Jay Fu Show! An hour of action-packed music that'll make you say, Sundays have never been so exciting. So tune into the Jay Fu Show Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio, BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Whether you call it soccer, football, or footy, all of those are synonymous with the world's game. Across the pond, with Andrew Evans and Seth Golevsky, has you covered with all the footy action throughout Europe and throughout the world. From the Premier League to the Champions League, and with the 2026 World Cup coming up, we'll have it all for you guys throughout the year. Be sure to tune in every Monday from 4:30 to 5 Arizona time on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
The Psychology of Music. I am your host, Emily Thompson, and each episode I'll be bringing a guest with me where we'll discuss on this zestful radio show the deep connection between music and the human mind. Each episode we will select a song or two about how the different sounds, rhythms, and melodies influence our emotions and behaviors. Whether you're a music lover, musician, or simply just curious about the power of vibration and sound, tune in on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. to discuss how your favorite songs psychologically affect you.
Do you think you know it all?
That you're different from the rest?
Do you think your matcha hours have raised your performance levels to the best?
Then come join me, Caleb,
And me, Kaylee,
and listen to our show, Niche for Niche.
the show where we take the pop culture trend of every week,
Make a playlist surrounding its aura
and play it out loud for you
every Friday
at 1 p.m.
on Blaze Radio.
Hi everyone, I'm Bella.
And I'm Landon, and this is Album Explained.
Catch us on BlazeRadioOnline.com every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. or on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Every week, tune in to hear us talking about and dissecting a different album from artists like Pink Campers, Fleetwood Mac, and more.
As we try not to get off track by talking about random things like Jinx Monsoon and Lane and Drew.
Or Bella's thumb issues.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Ta-ta.
You know, Timber, I'm glad we're both on the same page. We love fangirling.
Me too, Jazz. That's why we made a whole show about it.
The Fangirl Forum is back and better than ever.
Join us every Sunday at 1 p.m. on Blaze Radio to hear the rundown on all our favorite shows, movies, books, and more.
Tune in at blazeradioonline.com.
Channel your inner fangirl.
Do you know what the National Association of Black Journalists is?
No, I don't think so.
Well, do you know we have a podcast?
I think I might have heard of it.
Well, my name is Seymour Clark.
And I'm Takel Woods.
And we are your hosts of the Black Parent Podcast,
where we talk about college, community, and culture.
You can find us weekly on Spotify or live every Friday at 3 on blazeradioonline.com.
Make sure to tune in. Bye.
Bye.
Great moments are born from watching Friday Night Lights Camera Action. Blaze Radio's one and only sports movie talk show is back. And are you going to watch it?
Not only will I do it for you, yes, I'll do it for you.
We will watch anything and everything. From the weird movies.
He's right. Ain't no rules in the dog can't play basketball.
To the classics.
Hey, is this heaven? No, it's Iowa.
Tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time to listen to Ethan Neal and Parker Perrell talk about the movie of the week.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
It's time for the Beatdown on Blaze Radio from 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Tuesday afternoons. Seth Golefsky, Willem Marietta, and Sam Goodman take a deep dive into the ever-changing landscape of the UFC. We're talking tactics, breaking down the biggest fights, and giving you the scoop for what's next in the Ultimate Fighting Championships. Whether you're a diehard fan or new to the fight game, we've got something for you, only on the Beatdown on Blaze Radio.
All right. Here we go, guys and gals. And boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, drivers!
Race to blazeradioonline.com every Thursday at noon for an hour of motorsports madness.
Join myself, Andrew Hazlett, and my co-host Ethan Ignatowski for the Loose Wheel Show. We'll tell you everything you need to know for the upcoming race week.
From news to predictions, we have you covered, so make sure to tune in.
While others are sleeping, we are up breaking down the sports world.
The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, college football, college baseball, UFC, and so much more.
For your weekly sports news, tune into The Breakdown After Dark on blazeradioonline.com with Casey Smith, Aiden Dobell, and Keenan Vaughn, Tuesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m.
7 seconds to go. Three-pointer. Double order.
Want to stay wrapped up in the madness of March and the glory of Saturday all year round? Tune into Onions, a college sports show, Monday nights from 9 to 10 on Blaze Radio. Hosted by Luke Lundler and Christian Jarmark, Onions will look at the world of college sports with the players, the moments, and the storylines that you won't want to miss. Onions, 9 to 10 p.m. Monday nights on Blaze Radio.
Hi, I'm Liv.
And I'm Maddie, and you're listening to Out of Tune on Blaze Radio.
Join us on Wednesday at 3 until 3:30 to hear us talk about music and other random topics that entertain us.
We also report on live music events and interview up-and-coming artists who perform locally.
We would love to see you tune in.
Tune in on Wednesdays. Tune in.
Hey, yo, turn my headphones up a little bit.
All aboard the Northeast Corridor. I'm Preston Rabb.
And I'm AJ Gonzalez. Sit back and relax as we take you on a 30-minute adventure giving you all the updates from the Northeast.
From sports to politics to the biggest trends.
We got you.
Be sure to listen on blazeradioonline.com. What days are we on, AJ?
Every Tuesday.
That's right. So listen in.
We'll know if you don't listen.
Don't miss out on the hottest growing show on Blaze.
Tune in every Tuesday night only on Blaze Radio for the Northeast Corridor.
Tune in to Specific Sports on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Arizona time. Your host Jordan Pullet and co-host Noah Chavez discuss everything to do West Coast sports, whether it's the MLB playoffs, beginning of the NBA season, college sports, or even the biggest chunk of the NFL season. Tune in every single Wednesday to hear two West Coast natives discuss everything to do with West Coast sports in the fall on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Do you want news about the Big 12? Do you want analysis on every football game? Do you want coverage on sports like lacrosse and beach volleyball? Well, guess what? You're in for a treat. Introducing Big 12 at 12 with your host, me, Dimitri Kurlik. It's the show for Big 12 sports and Big 12 sports only. Make sure to tune in every Wednesday for analysis and breakdown of every Big 12 game from 12 p.m. to 12:30, only on Blaze Radio.
When I say kettle, you say hot. Kettle.
Hot.
Kettle.
Hot.
When I say every, you say Sunday. Every.
Sunday.
Every.
Sunday.
That's right, folks. Every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com. Tune into the Kettle Hut with Nathan Kettle as the host with a special guest each and every week, talking all things sports, including their favorite sports teams, how their seasons are going, and what the future holds, along with a specialty draft of the guests choosing, where they decide, and we have some fun every Sunday on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Bill Austin Radio Studio in downtown Phoenix, Blaze Radio presents Boxing vs. Everyone. I'm Edward Eamon, host of Boxing vs. Everyone. Tune in Saturdays at 8 a.m.
Welcome back here to Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. It's the Little Rock Trojans and the Arizona State Sun Devils in the Thanksgiving MT tournament here. A little women's basketball here on a Friday morning here. Still morning here. Game, a little early start time here, 10:30 a.m. Big day for ASU athletics here. 3 o'clock we have Ohio State and Arizona State at Mullen Arena. And of course tonight, the big one, sellout crowd at Mountain America Stadium between number 25 Arizona and number 20 Arizona State. So Jaden, start the second half here. What you see from the first half? What were your main takeaways?
Well, the first quarter was a very, very conservative one for ASU. The Sun Devils were not shooting the ball. They were holding on to it. The second, they got off to a strong start, and that's when they took the lead. They shot 56% in the first half compared to the Trojans, 24%. So they're winning that battle. There were a lot of fouls, too. This is where ASU had luck come on their side because the Trojans were not capitalizing at the foul line. They were not capitalizing on the inbounds. So ASU got a little bit of luck. But once they stepped up the shooting, they were actually making these shots, and they were shooting way more than the Trojans. ASU's taking 25, the Trojans are taking 17. So I think that they just have to continue that, but the shooting needs to be a little bit more prevalent in the second half.
See how it goes here. Obviously, Arizona State, great second quarter. They outscored the Trojans 23-5. The second half is underway here. Amaya Williams has the ball here. She's going to pass it here. A little floater there rolling around is in there. McKenna Brackens puts it in there, and Brackens got 6 points on the day. Now here come the Trojans here. This is Payne with the ball looking. She's going to pass it off to Teamer. Teamer passing it around and circling around there. That is Brenda Burke. Burke going to pass it back to Payne. Payne passing it to Salgado. Salgado looking. She's going to put up the layup. Lay that one up. That was no good. Gabby Elliott with the rebound. Elliott fast break. Then she stopped. Got 9:19 left here in the third quarter. Arizona State with a 35-14 lead here. It was Davenport. She gives it to Williams. Williams going to pass it to Washnitz. Washnitz looking. Washnitz back to Williams. Williams gets a screen moving to the right. Now moving over to the left here. Williams getting double teamed, going to throw it up there. A little layup by Brackens, and she puts that one in. And Arizona State up by 23. Here comes Little Rock here. It's going to be Alina Payne with the ball. 8:50 left here in the third quarter. Arizona State with a 35-14 lead here at Desert Financial Arena here. Defense chance rain down here. Here's a straightaway three, and that one is good. That is Jordan Holman with the three there. And Holman is the leading scorer for the Trojans here tonight.
She's got a lot of experience, too. She started in all 30 games last season, was averaging 13.3 points per game. She is expected to be one of the top scorers for the Trojans today, and she's trying to do that so far.
There's a Maya Williams driving, going back here. Now she's going to do a little bounce back here, looking for Davenport. Ball is loose, and it's taken away. Here comes Payne, going to throw that ball up there, but that goes out of bounds. She threw it out of the way. It is a turnover for the Trojans. We've seen that a lot today from the Trojans here today. I mean, I believe that's what their 17th turnover on the night.
Yeah, it has not been a very well executed offense from them. They have not had great ball control, and I think that's affected a lot of the shots that they've taken. They've been a little bit more hesitant because they're not in great positions.
Here's a three by Washington. It's from the right corner. It's no good. Last year, Poe with the rebound, trying to keep it moving around. Puts a little layup. Couldn't get one to go. Another offensive rebound by Brackens. She's fouled, and she'll get two at the line.
Brackens has 6 so far today. Chance to get a couple more here.
It's Blessing Tamer, I believe, who picked up the foul there. Her second foul of the night, of the day, excuse me. It's obviously still morning here. Brackens misses the first free throw.
She's 0 for 5 at the foul line today. It has not been a great performance from her, and I've heard some audible sighs in the crowd as well.
Yeah, not really great for both teams. Trojans shooting 5 of 10. The second free throw is good. Arizona State now 4 of 10 from the line. So really just not a good day shooting from the line for both teams here.
They've been from the line 10 times. Brackens 6 of those 10. She's certainly been able to draw the fouls. Now it's also just capitalizing at the line. Both teams, as you mentioned, struggling heavily with that.
Here's Payne driving and put up a little floater, and she knocks that one down. That is Alina Payne, her first points of the night for the Trojans.
That was a clean finish.
Probably going to throw that one up there, and it's like a foul is going to be called. I think that's going to be Teamer, with another foul. That's her third foul of the day here, and she's going to come out of the game here. It's going to be the freshman Lidia Belmonte Hurtado from Barcelona who will come in for her. Poe will inbound the ball for the Sun Devils here, looking, and she's just going to get this one off to Brackens. Going to turn around, put a little layup. She can't get that one to go. It's rebounded there that was Segaldo with the rebound. Now here comes the Trojans once again. It's Payne with the ball. She's going to pass it back to Salgado. Salgado going to the right here. In the right corner here. She's going to go back out. It is Burke with the ball. Burke guarded by Washnitz. Looking to the left. Washnitz guarding her very well here. And now it's Salgado. Pass it back. Here's a three. And that one is no good. Rebounded by the Trojans here. Passing it back to Holman. Holman with the ball. She's the one who took the three. That was no good, but it was rebounded by the Trojans here. Here's Payne. Payne looking. She's going to give this one back. That one back out. That was to Hurtado. A three there, and that one is good by Jordan Holman. Holman, once again, leading the team. She's got 15 points on the day. 15 of the 22 scored by the Trojans. Not much offense outside of her. Here is last here, Poa. Poa, little bounce pass here to Brackens. That one is blocked. Ball is bouncing out of bounds. I believe that's going to be Trojans ball.
And Holman going both ways. Gets the stuff there and hit the three-pointer before. She's 3 for 6 from outside today and has certainly made an effort to try and get the team back into the game. It's an All-Ohio Valley Conference 2024-2025 second-team member.
And she got a pass there, but that was knocked away by Washnitz. But it's still going to be Trojans ball here. Little pass up there right to her, but I believe that was Poa who knocked that one out of bounds. So here are the Trojans once again here. Salgado going to pass this one back to Hurtado. Hurtado driving, trying to put that one up. Can't get it. Trying to fight for the rebound. She can. It was rebounded by Brackens. Now here comes the Arizona State. Poa passes it up here, and that little floater by Gabby Elliott went off the rim, but goes in, and it's 40-22 Arizona State with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
So aggressive on defense, and that's one of the best things that ASU's been able to do this season. They just need to stick with it. They're getting turnovers like nothing.
Holman with a three, no good. Rebounded by Correa, freshman from Sao Paulo. And now here's Gabby Elliott getting a screen, going to pass it. And now a three from Brackens, off the front rim, no good. Ball bouncing out of bounds. It went off the Trojans. It is Arizona State ball.
That's the first one that Bracken has launched up from deep. And ASU overall has not been shooting great from there today, 28.6% from outside the three, as we talked so much about how much they run their offense from out there, but the very few shots we actually see them take from that far out.
Good overall shooting percentage, though. Arizona State shooting 48% from the field. Here's Lastier-Poa looking. She's going to do a little pass there to there's Elliott here, and it looks like that is a offensive foul on Elliott there for a charge.
Throws the left elbow, but there wasn't a ton of pressure. It's the right call to make. It's just one of those times where you've got to know exactly what the official's looking for. Sometimes you can put a little bit more of your elbow in, but the Trojans were ready, and they made a good attempt at it looking like a charge, so they'll take that one their way.
Alina Payne taking it up the court, going up against Lastier-Poa. We got 5:18 left here in the third quarter. Trojans trail 40-22 here at Desert Financial Arena here. This is Pearson McVeigh. McVeigh going to pass it to Payne. Payne looking, she's going to pass it. There's Coda. Coda driving, going to put this one up. No good. Rebounded by Holman. She puts the layup back, and it's good. And another one for Holman here. 40-24 as we are under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Lastier-Poa. Going to give it this one up here to Correa. Now Poa gets the ball back. Poa driving, going to put up the layup with one hand, no good. Rebound is by the Trojans here. That is Pearson McVeigh. And now here come the Trojans once again. This is Payne with the ball. Payne going to pass this one to McVeigh. McVeigh going to pass it. And here's a three by Kodo. No good off the back rim. Lastier-Poa with the rebound. She's going to throw it up, trying to go with Washnitz, but Holman got a hand in there, and it's taken away by Little Rock.
She just didn't need to do that. She could have taken it up. The left side of the court was pretty empty. She threw it into a very dangerous situation in between two defenders, and that's the reason you don't. It's oftentimes a turnover.
Smitherman with the ball. She's looking. She's going to pass this one to Coda. Coda step it, going back a little bit, so she's trying to get a screen here, looking. Guarded by Poa. She's going to give it off. Here's a little shot up there, and that one is good by Pearson McVeigh. That is McVeigh's first points of the day, and Little Rock, they're only down by 14 here in the third quarter here. And now here's Lave with a little reverse layup, and she gets the points back for Arizona State. Jaya Lovett with now 4 points on the night. Here is Little Rock once again with 3:34 left here in quarter number 3 here. This is Payne with the ball. Payne driving, going under the net, going to put that reverse layup, no good. Lastier-Poa with the rebound. She throws that one up there, overthrew that one, but Washnitz got fouled.
That was kind of a bailout, because if Washnitz didn't get fouled, there was no chance she was making it to that ball anyway. Poa threw it way down court, and ASU just barely sneaks away by getting that foul as they head into the timeout.
Yeah, we got a timeout on the floor here. 3:24 left here in the third quarter. It's Arizona State 42 and Little Rock 26. You're listening to Blaze Radio here on BlazeRadioOnline.com. We'll be right back after this.
On Blaze Radio at BlazeRadioOnline.com for the latest boxing analysis, news, updates, and more.
Do you play fantasy football? Well, then you need to be tuning into the Fantasy Football Forecast hosted by myself, Jacob Brooks, and my good friend Isaac Robertson here on Blaze Radio.
Every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Arizona time, Jacob and I will break down our biggest fantasy takeaways, trade targets, must-starts, and so much more.
So if you're like me and you'd rather win your league than lose it, you know whose insight to tune into on Wednesday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
If you're a tennis fan and want to take a little break from your day, I'm serving up a show for you. This is your host Pratham Maluri, bringing you Match Point, your weekly tennis content. I'll cover ongoing tournaments, go over the latest news, analyze players and matches, and replay the previous week's biggest moments. Be sure to tune into Match Point every Wednesday from 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Clark, step back three. You bet. Hall lets it fly.
Hey, it's Lauren.
And I'm Kinla. We're two sports journalism majors who basically grew up on the field, the court, and in the stands.
Welcome to The Athlete Era, your weekly dose of women's sports and what it's really like to live life as 20-year-old girls in the sporting world.
From buzzer beaters and rivalries to our own behind-the-scenes stories, we bring you takes you won't hear anywhere else.
Catch Athlete Era every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30 right here on Blaze Radio.
Tune in, call in, and join the era.
You Throw Like a Girl is a sports talk show by girls for everyone. Join Ella Walter Sanchez Mondays at 11:30 a.m. on BlazeRadioOnline.com to hear new topics each week about women in sports and beyond. You Throw Like a Girl, Mondays at 11:30 a.m. on Blaze Radio.
Blaze Game Day is here.
We welcome you back to Blaze Game Day here.
The best of Blaze Radio has assembled to go over the top games for Arizona State athletics.
Jordan Tyson's going to show up every game. He's going to give you a touchdown. But when he's out, who's the guy that can be that consistent force offensively?
Tap in every Friday to watch the hot takes and picks of the Blaze Game Day crew.
Looking at the president of the Jeff Sims fan club right here. I hope that he just has a really
Back here at Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. It's Thanksgiving tournament MTE here at Desert Financial Arena. It is Little Rock and Arizona State, 3:24 left. The Sun Devils have a 42-26 lead. It was a little close in the first quarter. Arizona State led 10-9 after the first quarter, but they found their groove with a 23-5 run. But Little Rock, surprisingly, has outscored the Sun Devils here in the third quarter, 12-9, but they still trail. It's 42-26. It is Arizona State ball here. There's Williams with the ball. She's going to pass this one off to Washnitz. Washnitz looking. She's going to get this one to Brackens. Brackens throwing it to the Payne. Rolling around. No good. Correa couldn't get the ball in. And now here come the Trojans once again. It is Payne with the ball. Payne going left. Now driving up. She's going to pass it back to the left corner. And now a deep two there by, that is McVeigh. That one was no good. Rebounded by Arizona State. Here come the Sun Devils. Washnitz, who had that game-winning three against UNLV 6 days ago. Her layup went off the glass there. Started the glass there. That was no good. And a missed shot here. Alina Payne with the ball here. 2:41 left here in the third quarter. Trojans down by 60. She's going to throw it to the other side. Here's a deep three from the right corner. No good. And it's rebounded by Arizona State. A little scramble for the ball there, but it was taken by Brackens. There comes Arizona State. Brackens with the ball. Going to pass it over to Lovett. Lovett going to pass it to Correa. She's looking to the right, and she's going to pass it back to Williams. Williams against one defender here. That is Coda. McVeigh going to take the mid-range shot, and she's got that. Sorry, Williams, sorry. That was Amaya Williams with the shot there, and Arizona State retakes an 18-point lead here. Full court press there by the Trojans here as we're under 2 minutes here in the third quarter, excuse me. Arizona State leading 44-26 here at home. Here's Payne with the ball. She's going to pass it to Lester. Lester being guarded by Lovett. Going to the left here, looking around. Guarded by Lovett, putting some good pressure. Lovett is able to knock it away, and she's able to keep it in bounds. What a play.
Phenomenal.
Washnitz now with the ball. Washnitz going to give it over here to as Williams. Williams going to give it to Washnitz here. Guarded by a defender here, and she's going to give it to an open Arizona State player, and the shot there by Brackens is good.
That's a line drive shot. Beautiful play from Lovett, getting the steal, keeping it in bounds, and then the excellent finish. Sun Devils really clicking on that possession.
Yep. Hasn't been the best third quarter here, but Arizona State's starting to find their groove a little bit here as we near the final minute here of the third quarter. And it looks like a turnover here on Little Rock here. It's going to be offensive foul. So once again, turnovers have been the main story for the Trojans here tonight. And even though they've cleaned it up here in the third quarter here, it's still been a big reason why Little Rock is down this much here, as they're down by 20 here. Here's Williams here, just going up against Burke. Williams going to pass it here, and a little foul. Looks like Taylor got fouled there. 51.7 left here in the third quarter.
I guess they did. Maybe they didn't send
That one will be against the Trojans, Jordan Holman. And
yep, third foul here, Holman.
That puts ASU into the bonus with under a minute left.
Yep. Only one foul by Arizona State this quarter here, so it was a big talking point of that, how Little Rock had a lot of free throws in the first half. His first free throw there was good here, but only one foul by Arizona State this quarter.
It's been a lot cleaner in the second half. And, ASU, for some reason, they're just one of those teams that takes a while to get started.
Yep.
They are not, ready to go in the first quarter. It always feels like they're knocking off rust, and that's going to work at the beginning of the season when you're playing some teams that are less, nationally accredited. But once you get further in and you start considering the tournament, that's something they're absolutely going to have to correct on and be ready from the get-go.
Yeah, I agree. There's a turnover there by both teams here. It's Little Rock ball right now. Sorry, I guess it was just one turnover there by Arizona State. Last possession was out of bounds. But here's Holman. She's going to pass this one up here to Salgado. Double team, trying to get it out. She's going to pass this one back here. Berg driving. Berg trying to put up the contested layup. No good. It is rebounded by Holman. Holman bouncing around the rim. No good. Knocked down. Little Rock keeps it in here. Salgado with the rebound. Looking. She's going to put up that layup. No good. Another offensive rebound here for Little Rock here. Down to 17 seconds here. Shot clock down to 10. Here's Little Rock once again. Payne restarting here. Payne looking. He's going to put up that floater. Bouncing. No good. Another offensive rebound by Holman. Shot clock turned off. Holman one more time. Bouncing. And no good. Arizona State there. See if Williams puts it up. Nope. That was Taylor, but she's not going to put up the shot here. And that's going to end the third quarter here at Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. Arizona State leads 47-26 here. It's a much more tightly contested third quarter.
There still wasn't enough effort from Little Rock to retake the lead. And, it was all Holman there. There were 4 Sun Devils sitting in or around the paint as she is shooting shots, getting it, putting it back up, fighting for another rebound. And they're just not as strong of a team as the Sun Devils are playing like right now. They have to be a more grouped up effort, and it can't just be Jordan Holman putting in all the work.
Yep. All right, well, that's the end of the third quarter here. We'll be right back after this for the fourth quarter. Arizona State likely on their way to a 7-0 start on the season.
No matter the sport, Blaze Game Day will have high-quality coverage and get the scoop for you.
We're going to get the sticks out. We're going to drop the pucks. And we're not going to drop the gloves, though. We won't fight.
Subscribe to Blaze Sports on YouTube and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out.
All right, we got the game prediction in. And then we can go to Waffle House.
Yes.
In a world of mediocre film podcasts comes another mediocre film podcast. But this time, with the 3 worst people you know.
You've never seen Megalopolis? It insists upon itself.
Your favorite movie is what?
Turbo! Are you stupid? Wrong!
Get out! The A-List. Wednesdays, 10 p.m.
If you love being in the know for sports, the Scouting Session is the place for you.
We pull back the athletic curtain, giving you a look into the stars of tomorrow.
From the icy rinks in Canada
to the racetracks across the West Coast
and inside your favorite dugouts. We highlight young athletes from around the globe.
Plus, we bring them on the show for more in-depth conversations.
You won't want to miss it.
Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. on Blaze Radio.
Adventurer, quickly, I don't have much time. I have a quest for you. You must travel to blazeradioonline.com to listen to the stories on Traveler's Guide to Faerun. Find the dutiful guide, Anion Fack McDaniels, who can tell you all about the legendary lore of the world behind Dungeons & Dragons every single week. Remember, Adventurer, Traveler's Guide to Faerun, Monday nights at 7, only on Blaze Radio. Adventure awaits.
Folks up Sun Devils, join me, Chris Town, as I scour the entirety of ASU to find the heroes who do it all. The unsung who brave the challenges to make our university at the top. Let's bring the spotlight to those who do the most and see how they do it all. Join me for the Unsung Heroes of ASU, live every Thursday at 3 p.m. only on Blaze Radio.
My name is Taylor.
Back here at Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. It is Arizona State and Little Rock here in Tempe, Arizona. There's a long pass across the court here. And that's a three there by Lydia Belmonte, Hurtado there. That's her first points of the game here. And Little Rock starts the fourth quarter with a three.
They've had open looks from that far corner. They haven't been making them, and that's a time where they're able to get that shot that's been open pretty much all day long.
Second offensive foul there on Arizona State here. So Little Rock gets a takeaway here. Down by 18, you know, never say never. Never know what can happen in the fourth quarter, but Little Rock will definitely need to play perfect basketball if they want to have any chance of winning this game. And another foul there on Arizona State there. On Elena Payne there. I believe that's already their second foul of the half here. That's already of the quarter. That's already more. They have more fouls this quarter than they did the entire third quarter. And we're only 41 seconds into the quarter. There it is, Little Rock ball here. It is Salgado. Salgado passing it to Holman, who's been the team's best shooter here today. Salgado turning around against two defenders. That ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like a foul is going to be called on Arizona State. And Blue's coming down here. So Salgado will shoot two free throws here. 9:11 left here in the fourth quarter here. Trojans trail by 18 here. First free throw is up and is no good.
Both of these teams are pretty similar in terms of, changes in experience. ASU joining the Big 12 last season, 2 seasons ago. Little Rock joined the Ohio Valley Conference after they left the Sun Belt and trying to get experience now before they get into conference play later in the season in conferences that they're both still pretty fresh to.
Yep. This is the Arizona State. Not a good year for them last year in the Big 12. We were 3-15 conference play. Beat Cincinnati in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, but lost to Iowa State. Offensive rebound here by Arizona State here. Here's a little layup, and that one is good. That is Martani Fontini with the shot there. A little layup there. That's her. She's got 4 points on the night. So now a 19-point game for Arizona State. Down to 8:31 left here in the fourth quarter in the game. Trojans with the ball here. Here's Berg. Berg passing it up here. Went off the glass there. She was looking for Holman, but she overshot that.
Bad pass.
And now here comes Amaya Williams. Gonna float this one back. Here's a three from the left corner. That one was no good. Airballed there by Michaela Moore. So here comes Jordan Holman. She's been the main offensive force for the Trojans here tonight. Payne passing here. Salgado with a little reverse layup bouncing around. It goes in, and it's 49-32 here as we hit 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter here. Here comes Arizona State. So Maya Williams with the ball here. She's going to passes it to Marley Washowitz, passing it to the right there. Williams on the left here, going to keep passing it around here. This is Moore. Moore driving, guarded here, and we've got fouls going to be called here on Salgado. Bumped into Moore there as Elia Taylor and Gabby Elliott, excuse me. I realized I just kind of I've been mixing some of the players up. So just a couple substitutions for each team. 7:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Arizona State trying to put away the Trojans here. 17-point game here. ASU had a 23-5 run in the second quarter here, but been more of a mixed second half here. Trojans outscoring Arizona State in the second half in total, 18-16. Here's Elliott with the ball. Elliott puts it up, and she's got it. Gabby Elliott now 5 points on the night.
Smooth play from her there. Turnaround, great quick release. It was right on target. That's the level of play that ASU fans are counting on her to play at throughout the entire season.
Brennan Burke with the ball here, giving it to Jordan Holman. Holman passing it up there. Little layup there by Pearson McVeigh is good. She was going up against Deborah Davenport. Now here comes Arizona State. 7:06 left here in the fourth quarter here. Driving here to Elliott. Now here's Washwitz. Washwitz gonna give it up to Davenport. Her layup was no good. And now here comes the Trojans again. Down by 17 here. Here's Payne gonna pass it back here to, so that was Holman who passed it back to Payne, excuse me. Payne driving from the right side, looking to try passing, and that was tipped. And Washwitz ends up with the ball here, and she's driving down the court. It's a 2-on-1. Now no longer with her stopping here. Pass it around here. That is Fantini. Fantini trying to put it up, rolling around. She can't get it to go. It is Brenda Burke, the guard. 5'7" sophomore guard with the rebound. There's Burke going up against Washwitz here. Burke looking for the options open here. She's got McVeigh with a little floater there. Can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Arizona State there by Williams here. She bounced that one off a Little Rock player, kept it in. Then she threw it down the court here. Here's Elliott putting this one up off the back rim. No good. Rebounded by Little Rock. McVeigh with the board. Now here comes Alina Payne. Got 5:50 left here in the fourth quarter. The Sun Devils trying to put this one away. Payne a little bounce pass there, but that's taken away here. Trying to get this Elliott, and she's able to get it away. She had to wrestle that one away from two Little Rock players here. And now here's Williams from the stripe, and she knocks it down.
Williams has just been the standout player in this game so far. Up to 16 points, and just so phenomenal what she's able to do. She's been pulling up, she's been playing great defense, she's been so dialed in when shooting the ball, and I think that, you know, if she plays like this, absolutely will start to be put in on that first team rotation more often. I mean, she's outshined everybody else on this team, and it's not like she's been getting the ball more than them. She's just actually capitalizing on her situations that she's been put in.
Yep. There's a timeout by the Trojans here. That's the first timeout taken by any team this game, but we'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Blaze Radio, Arizona State, up by 19 here in Tempe.
Pagani, do you like college football? I know I do.
And I'm Treffin Rexius. Saturday mornings smell like fresh coffee and fresh cut grass. Stadiums fill, bands play, and a whole town's pause for kickoff.
It's not just football. It's family, tradition, and stories you'll tell for a lifetime. The moments that turn Saturdays into something sacred.
Join Treffin Rexius and Taylor Gottney every Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Because every Saturday has glory, and we're here to share it.
Because college football lives forever.
Welcome to 12 Stories Up. Hosted by Luke Lendler, Joaquin Rodriguez, and Dominic Pasella, where we discuss the 12 hottest stories in the world of sports.
Only one guy in the league has a chance to be the GOAT, Wimby. Wimby is on GOAT trajectory. There's nobody else close.
Nobody throws a better ball than Joe Burrow in the league. He literally throws the best ball in the league.
Even if you don't got him top 5, he's still got to be top 7.
Dom, you were on JV and could go in that offense and throw for the same many yards.
So come 12 Stories Up with us every Friday from 11 a.m. to noon on Blaze Radio.
Do you like MMA or UFC? Well, come check out Unanimous Decision, the all-purpose MMA show where we interview professional fighters and debate past, current, and future events in the UFC. Tune in every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for the Unanimous Decision.
Back here at Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. It's Arizona State and Little Rock, part of the Thanksgiving MTE tournament here. Arizona State starting the tournament off against Little Rock here. We'll also have more coverage for all the games in the tournament here by Blaze Radio here, so make sure to tune in. Check blazeradioonline.com for game recaps as well here, as we are down to 5.5 left here. Little Rock trying to make maybe one last gasp here. Arizona State up by 19 here. This is the lineup Payne. Now it's McVeigh with the ball. McVeigh giving it here. Here's a three by Brennan Burke, and she's knocks that one down. Burke with her first points of the day. She's been starting here. That was her first made shot of the night.
It's just surprising. She played 30 games as a freshman last season, and today has been shut down. Credit to the ASU defense.
Yep. Here is Arizona State here. A little scramble there out of bounds. It's going to stay with Arizona State. And we're going to take a timeout on the floor here. So we'll be right back after this for another media timeout here. Arizona State up 53-37.
And now, the flop is near, and so we face the final season of Flop Star here on Blaze Radio, on blazeradioonline.com. Tune in on Mondays at 2 p.m. Arizona time here on Blaze Radio, on blazeradioonline.com to get your fix on sports, media, and all other kinds of complaining, only here on Flop Star.
If you like National League Baseball, then tune into the Senior Circuit, Sundays, 7 to 8 p.m. Arizona time on Blaze Radio.
Shohei Ohtani's just not going to be that good of a pitcher.
Ryan Nelson has all-star potential.
My hot take for the National League is that the Pirates will finish at the top of the National League Central and claim a spot in this year's playoffs.
For centuries, us Homo sapiens have been trying to answer the age-old question, what to do on Sunday mornings and what would be the best companion to NFL football in the fall. Until now, returning to Blaze Radio at 10 a.m. every Sunday, hosted by Jack Footer, a.k.a. Jay Fu, it's the Jay Fu Show! An hour of action-packed music that'll make you say, Sundays have never been so exciting. So tune into the Jay Fu Show Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Blaze Radio, blazeradioonline.com.
It's a calm, rainy day. You're stuck inside the house with nothing to do.
Except tune in to Blaze Radio.
Where you can listen to songs like this. As well as this. And of course, we couldn't forget. So turn up the volume and tune into Hot FM with your host, Pedro, on blazeradioonline.com, Mondays at noon. Or you could just relax, I guess.
Behind the Beat. Welcome back to Behind the Beat, Season 2, starring your hosts, Kat Wong and AJ Shinko. Here on Behind the Beat, we dive into the history behind songs that most people don't know. Why was the song written? What is unique about this artist? What is the history between this singer and...
Back here at Desert Financial Arena here in Tempe, Arizona. 4:58 left here in the fourth quarter here. It was just announced here that Kenny Dillingham is in the building today for the women's basketball game. Obviously, big game for him tonight here, but we got a game here at Desert Financial Arena that we're finishing here. Jaya Lavet tried keeping it in bounds. She stepped out, and it will be a turnover here. Little Rock down by 16 here with 4:57 left in the game.
This is where what Coach Whitehour talked about is just trying to win the fourth quarter for them. They need to make this as much of an intensive effort to win this game. They should not be playing with the mindset they're down 16. They should be playing with the mindset of we need to win this game and finish out on the highest note possible.
Kirsten McVeigh giving it to Brennan Burke. Burke trying to get a screen here, going to left, and she lost the handle on that one. She was going for I believe, Hurtado there, but just lost that handle with that left hand. It is a turnover, a brutal one there for Little Rock. Now comes Arizona State. This is Amaya Williams here. Williams to Jaya Lovett. Lovett passing to Williams here. Williams going up against Payne here. Whistles, and it looks like a foul on the floor.
There's been a lot of stop and go throughout this game, especially right now in the fourth quarter. There's another foul there. Sun Devils have three. It's hard to get into that flow when there's so many stop and starts.
Here's Washnitz here. Washnitz going around, going against two defenders here. She's going to give it to Williams here. Williams going to go back here, gives it to Davenport, and she'll hand that one back off to Williams. Williams driving past the defender, passes it back to Washnitz for three. She overthrew that one. That's going to go out of bounds. It is Little Rock ball with 4:05 remaining, still down by 16.
The objective right now, take it down the court, run a solid offensive play. They're getting pressed, so you got to break that as well. And just take a good shot. They've struggled to do that.
Here's Brennan Burke now. We'll give it to Holman here. Holman's been their leading scorer. She has 17 points on the half. This is Payne. Payne's going to throw that one up here. Now to Burke. Burke's going to take a three. Bouncing off the rim, no good, but Holman was able to get the miss. Rebound, and she's going to get fouled. So a foul there on Arizona State there. Be 2 free throws.
ASU is just playing a game right now on defense that they're never going to lose at. They're leaving open that far corner pretty much every single time the Trojans get it down there. They're going to be okay with that because they pass it to Burke, who was open in the three for a quick catch and shoot. And the Trojans are just so reluctant to throw it up from there. So ASU is going to be able to play more defense and be able to do more of their drive attacks. Sometimes we see the Sun Devils do the same, where they get the ball for an open three and they just don't take it. Little Rock has done that a lot, and it's just not working when they're not willing to take that instant shot.
Holman going to do 2 free throws. She knocks down the first one. 15-point game here. Obviously, never say never. We've seen some crazier things, but they have to play really no mistakes from the rest of the way as Holman knocks down both free throws here. She's got 19 points on the day. Here's Arizona State here. Here's Brackens, who we've seen a lot of action from here. Washnetz, a little bounce pass there. Turnaround shot there, a little floater, no good there. That was Correa with the shot. Couldn't get it through, and here comes Little Rock again with 3:23 left here in the game here. Here's Payne. Payne looking to throw this one up to, she threw that one up there to Salgado. A little overshot there, tried keeping it in, but her footstep out of bounds. It is a turnover, and it is Arizona State ball.
For ASU, you're just trying to chew time off the clock now. You have another game tomorrow. Rest, don't do anything out of the ordinary. Dribble around, take a solid shot like Carrera does. But you're not playing crazy. You're trying to maintain your longevity for that matchup against Southeast Most State tomorrow.
Yep. Correa with 6 points on the night here. Get a defense chance here. Here is Little Rock here. It is Salgado with the ball, kind of driving against Brockens, trying to put that one-hand layup. She can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Correa here. Fast break here. Elliott, she's going to take the three. No good. Rebounded by Little Rock here. There's Payne driving it down the court, giving it to Burke. Burke giving it out to Holman. Holman. Okay, here, kind of going to the left, now going to move to the right, getting past Washington, but getting back, and now goes up with a little one-hand layup, but she can't get that one to go. It's the easy shot there, couldn't get that one in. And
the moves were beautiful, though. All the way through, from outside to in the alley. That's what I meant. She's going to remember not finishing because everything else was perfectly executed.
Here's Arizona State here. Williams get the ball, Williams now cutting it to the left here, gets a little screen there. Williams going to put up the mid-range shot. She knocks that one down. And Williams now with 18 points on the day. Wasn't a starter here, but she's got 18 off the bench here. The minute 38 here, we are nearing the final moments of this game between Arizona State and Little Rock here. Sun Devils look like they're on their way to a victory that starts on the season here. And Holman goes down. It looks like Elliott's going to get hit with the foul. Scoring drop for Little Rock. They haven't scored in 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Holman's up to 19 points so far. She leads Little Rock. Has about half their points on 7 rebounds as well. And she's had to really take over this game and be that leader that the team needs. The issue is everybody else has to follow in her footsteps, and bring on the intensity that she shows.
There'll be 2 free throws here. First one up, and that one is good. It is Holman with 3 free throws. She's now got 20 points on the night. Now she's got exactly half of their points. Second free throw is good. It is now a 16-point game with 1:28 left here. Arizona State inbounding the ball here. This is Williams. Williams going right. Looking, actually going to move over to the left here. Gonna pass it over to the right here. Passing it up, and a foul there. That was Moore who passed it up there, but it looks like it's going to be Salgado. Just going to get hit with the foul.
There's a lot of sloppiness in the final couple of minutes here that neither team is going to be very happy with moving forward. You want to close out the game cleaner than you started. And right now, it's been rough for both sides.
Lavin with the ball here. Will bounce pass there and looking for, and couldn't get it there. He was looking for Timia Grace, the redshirt freshman center, who we haven't seen much of today. Charlie Daniels in for Little Rock, and yes, a little collision there. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Arizona, still Little Rock ball with 56.9 seconds left in the game. 23 on the shot clock.
Stuffing left over from Thanksgiving for Davenport on that play.
Yep. Here's Little Rock here. This is Lester, the freshman here. And here's a 3 there by Daniels. No good. Rebounded, and that was blocked there.
Davenport again. When she's on the court, she certainly makes an effort to get noticed. Only came into this with 54 minutes tallied on the season. But you immediately start looking and say, who's that, if you haven't seen her play, because she's that much of an impact player.
Williams with the ball here. She passes it to Moore here. Moore passing it back to Williams here. Williams looking, gonna pass that one to Grice. Grice putting that one up, bouncing around, can't get it. Offensive rebound, no good, and she's fouled. It's gonna be 4 fouls on the game here. 8 seconds. Shot clock is turned off. Thanksgiving MTE tournament. They win 59-41 here at home here. You know, obviously, you know, I feel like for 3 quarters of the game, it was kind of a close game here, but the big difference was that second quarter, Arizona State going on a 23-5 run.
Yeah, the first quarter was certainly close. ASU only led by 1 point going into the second versus there, and they took the lead and they never gave it up. They held it very well. I think there was still a lot to correct that was happening with the team throughout the next 3 quarters. There was still some shot hesitancy from outside, and obviously some of the foul trouble that the team was finding themselves in. It's not the prettiest win. It's a win they'll take. I think, unfortunately, for the team, though, this is still not the way you want to be winning some of these games earlier into your season, especially against some of these weaker teams like Little Rock as they fall to 1-4. ASU remains undefeated, now adding their 7th win as they get ready to go ring the victory bell. And look, you know, for ASU, you got another game tomorrow, and that's all you can focus on now. Look back on this game, try and correct on some of the mistakes, but they knew that these 2 games, it's going to be a stretch. You got Thanksgiving week straight into back-to-back, and hopefully they'll try and take down the Thanksgiving MTE tournament W for the Sun Devil fans out there in the audience.
Yep. Arizona State will play Southeast Missouri tomorrow here at Desert Financial Arena. We'll have more coverage for Blaze Radio for that here. Make sure to tune in later here. Hockey between Arizona State and Ohio State at 3 o'clock. And then football tonight between Arizona and Arizona State, as well as more coverage from the Thanksgiving MTE tournament this weekend here. That's going to do it here for today's game. I'm Dimitri Curley. This is Jaden Ryken. Thank you for everyone who tuned into today's broadcast. I hope everyone has a great Black Friday.